Hi America, I found my phone and welcome to another video. Today we're getting back into Måneskin. I just released a video from Måneskin just a couple days ago. However, Måneskin has decided to release a new song as well as an album announcement, which I didn't know about until very recently. But the song, I guess that is the single to get us excited for said album that also has our Mamma Mia and Supermodel and The Loneliest on it, is La Fine, which is one of two Italian songs that are going to be on this record. So yeah, I do want to talk a little bit about the album announcement afterwards, but I am just really excited to hear the new song. We don't have the music video yet. There's been no live performances yet. So it's just going to be the song and then talking about the album announcement and talking about which songs we might be claiming and stuff like that. I'm really excited for an album release. I actually haven't really gotten into album releases that much, like in the released rollout for it, because I feel like oftentimes I just miss it and I forget about it, and I'm excited to actually be kind of a part of this. Thank you for requesting this video, and anyway, let's get into it. First, let's hear the song. Oh, it kind of felt like Zidi won't even in a different key. Oh, I like the ahs. I feel like he's just rapping really just fast. Like they're rushing a little bit. Oh, this is a good rock number. Machine it? Is that machine? I love those ahs. I don't know, it just gives such swagger to it. Now this part kind of feels a little For Your Love like. So tell me what you want, I'll give you what you want. I get the feeling that he just needs to get a lot out in this song. That Phoenix, the song title. Okay, Ethan coming with those hits. Ooh, I love this ending riff. It's a good time. Oh, I was gonna do a nice transition into the next song. That would be cool. So that was La Fine and Abab. Okay, that had some fun rock edge that I really like it. Yeah. Now this one's fun. It has the elements of Zidi Buoni and For Your Love, as I was talking about. It just gives that classic Måneskin sound, but with a deeper, more up-to-date message. In this song, Damiano is talking about how my guess is that its fame is not all it's cracked up to be. After like seeing the world, you think that you've made it to the beginning of the rest of your life, but it's just, no, it's not the beginning. It's the end. That's what you're saying. Even the prettiest rose has its thorns. Sometimes the only answer is leaving. You know when it's time to go. And yeah, so yeah, this is very interesting. Maybe this album, because it's called Rush, maybe it's about like the rush of being in the spotlight. I think that would make sense given that Supermodel just gives us energy of classic. I mean, it's Max Martin. So it has that sense, but it's also just like, oh, this is what happens when you're in the spotlight. Mamma Mia is very much about the spotlight. And The Loneliest is about, you know, if I leave here, like, what are you gonna remember about me? And this is what I want you to think of when you think of me. So I think it's a Reputation type album. Not necessarily Reputation, the Taylor Swift album in particular, but just an album that's going to be based in one's reputation. And you have songs that are titled Blah 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 and Time Zone and Never Wanna Sleep and these other titles that just give off that energy that it could really be about that type of thing. I could see it being one of those quintessential rock albums that's about the life of being a rock star. And we don't really have that many rock stars today that are very young. They are right around my age. They're 23 or 24. Some of them are 22. They're all within the realm of being, you know, young. And so we don't really have that many very famous rock stars at my age. And so I feel like their experience will be unique and that'll be really cool. Yeah, I really liked what they've done with the single so far. And I really like this one. I know that there's only going to be 2 Italian songs, and I did see some discourse about some disappointment that it's going to be mainly an English language album. That's unfortunate. I know probably for some diehard Måneskin fans who knew them before they blew up and made it big and then started releasing their English language songs. Because I would think, and I don't want to speak for you if that's not correct, but my guess is that if I was from Italy and someone blew up and became very famous from Italy, and that doesn't happen very often, became that much of a mainstream phenomenon, I would love them to represent my culture and our national identity and stuff like that. So I can see the reason why fans might be disappointed that they are kind of going for a little bit more of a mainstream appeal. Supermodel, it does still sound like Måneskin, but it also sounds like the answer I would pick if you said one Måneskin song has been produced by Max Martin, which is it? And I would pick that one. As an American, it's not really my place to weigh in. We have plenty of American artists. We have plenty of English language artists that have made it big. So I love pretty much anything that Måneskin has put out. And so I'm going to support them regardless, but I understand that disappointment. This song, though, I think is very enjoyable. And I think it works within their brand, but it also is saying something new. I think it's also very telling that this is one of the 2 songs that they wrote in Italian. I feel like La Fine, as well as the other one that's in Italian, probably are going to be some of their darker messages because they don't necessarily need everyone to know. I think it's interesting that even though they are doing a predominantly English language album, they are still going to have some Italian in it. They still are making a bilingual album. And I do think that's really cool. And I appreciate that. I think that's something that doesn't happen often. I don't think that's something that's normally very commercially viable because in general you would need to have an audience that knows both languages in order to fully appreciate the whole album. I think it's also interesting that they're going to have all the main singles very much stacked at the end of the album. I don't know why that is. I feel like that's been a trend with the new SZA album. They were generally stacked towards the end. And I also know that like Doja Cat's Kiss Me More was at the very end of it. I wonder why that is a trend because I remember it used to be on like CDs and vinyls back in the day that oftentimes the big hit would be the first song there. And that was for the fact of, hey, if you like this song so much you're gonna play it over and over, it is the first song on it, so you can do that. So I don't really know what the benefit is of having the last song be the most popular one. Maybe separating it from the rest of the album, or reminding you that you really like that song and so you want to go back to the beginning of the album to just fully dive into the rest of their new material. I don't know. I'm very curious about that. But overall, I really like this song. I'm going to look at the track list now and let's claim a couple and see which ones are actually gonna be my favorite when the album drops in January. So it's coming soon. I am still hesitant about how much reacting I will be doing in the new year, but I definitely will react to this album because it's very exciting. It's my first Måneskin reaction I'm going to be doing at the time of the album releasing. I think that's gonna be very exciting. Okay, so the songs are as follows: Own My Mind, Gossip featuring Tom Morello, not sure who that is, Time Zone, Blah Blah Blah, Baby Said, Gasoline, Feel, Don't Wanna Sleep, Cool Kids, stylized with K for both of the words, If Not For You, Read Your Diary, Mark Chapman, La Fine, Il Dono della Vita, Mamma Mia, Supermodel, and The Loneliest. So it's a 17-song project. That's a long album. I mean, there's songs aren't that long normally. They're not like super short, but they're not super long either. I don't know. But it's still a long album. We might skip the last 3 because we know it when that happens. The ones that stick out to me are Don't Wanna Sleep, Own My Mind, Feel. I feel like Time Zone, yeah. Those are probably my 4. And then 5th one, I think honestly, La Fine is actually gonna grow on me a lot. I did really enjoy it. And now that I know what it's about, I think it's more, I don't know, poignant. I am always a big fan of songs that are about public image and reputation and making it big, but then dealing with the consequences of that. Even though it's not a relatable message to me, it is a message that for some reason I take comfort and enjoy listening to. What did you think of the song? What did you think of the album track list? What songs are you claiming? Are you hoping for a music video? I bet they probably will release one. They just always scatter it so much. But I really wanted to be on the pulse with this one, so that's why I'm doing it before the music video comes out. Normally I like to group them together, but we'll take what we get when we get it. If you like this video, please like it, comment down below, like to react to or do next on my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you're not ready and you'd like to be, and thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
Get out of the dark.